let's get into the presentation. Unchain the Blocks. What did I mean by that? Well, blockchain and Bitcoin are very well publicized technologies in the world today. In fact, they've been overhyped by people wanting you to get and buy Bitcoins or alternate coins or make use of blockchain. It's in the current everyday press what the current value of Bitcoin is. And as it goes up and down or various happens. And so what I thought I'd like to do, I've been first was learned about blockchain. I knew about Bitcoin. I hadn't investigated it much, but I found out about blockchain in early 2017. And I started looking at it, reading up on it. So this is an interesting and fascinating technology. And I gave my first presentation on blockchain and Bitcoin that fall. And I've given numerous presentations on it since then. And every time I found there's more to learn. These are very complex technologies. And as part of that, there are a lot of people who don't really understand them that well, will make all kinds of statements about them. I heard someone say, well, blockchain is going to take over the internet and replace the internet as we know it today. If you know anything about blockchain, you know that's never going to happen. It's not even designed for that. It's designed to make use of the internet. So there's all kinds of things. And I thought that was one of the best things we could do to everybody is explain blockchain and Bitcoin still at a high level and explain how they're different. And also hopefully this information will assist you in making more informed decisions about both technologies. Our agenda for today, first we'll talk about blockchain, which really you should look at that as particularly many of you are probably from IT, as a specialized database with some unique properties. And then we'll take a look at Bitcoin, which is the first cryptocurrency, which was designed to take advantage of and actually created the idea of blockchain. Next, we'll look at Ethereum, other alternate coins, an area that you may or may not be familiar with, decentralized finance, and lastly, NFTs. Then we'll talk about alternatives to all that cryptocurrency, central bank currencies, digital currencies, and then get into business blockchains, where I think a lot of you may see activity going forward. So what is a blockchain? As I said earlier, blockchains are specialized databases. They're really designed to be tamper resistant. They're append only. I can only add to that whatever I put in the block is always there and is always available, which is key when you go think about use cases. It provides provenance, which is really the ability to keep a proven history of a series of transactions. So this could be very useful in certain cases. Let's say keeping track of the sale and ownership of a property. Another thing that blockchain can do, and it is set up to do, is enable trust between untrusted parties. And we'll get more into that later, but this is a big part where people see a lot of advantages to blockchain in certain cases. It's strong security based on cryptographic techniques and the fact that it's open source. Any one of us could go to GitHub and download the Bitcoin software or the Ethereum software, many other cryptocurrencies. It can be centralized or decentralized for redundancy, which makes it very strong in cases of where you need to have redundancy. And more recently, it can provide what are called smart contracts, where you don't need a middleman to do very complex financial transactions. But remember, blockchain is not Bitcoin. It's a technology supporting a specialized database. Bitcoin was built on top of blockchain as just one use case of that. Now, there are a couple of flavors of blockchain. There's public blockchains and private blockchains. Public blockchains are typically used for cryptographic currencies and crypto like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're typically implemented in a peer-to-peer network, no third-party administrator. Anyone can join the blockchain network, you, me, or anybody. All parties have the same permissions, can read and write transactions. Can't delete, remember it's append only. It enables trust between users who don't know each other, and this is a big part of blockchain. It's predominantly used for cryptocurrencies. Private blockchains, which are permissioned, can be either centrally administered or administered by a peer-to-peer network. In some cases, they found that the peer-to-peer network on a private blockchain can be more secure for a variety of technical reasons we go to get into than even on a public blockchain. Again, it allows third-party administrators own the network and the nodes. The third-party administrator determines who can join and what permissions or roles they have. But that's the key. It can provide different roles. So it could have a role of an auditor. I could have someone just a view access only. I can someone who's going to be actually writing information to the blockchain. And it enables trust between users who may know the third party, but they don't know each other. And we'll get into that, for example, in the areas like supply chain, where you may have a farmer using a blockchain to say, I'm sending my spinach to the packer. The packer then logs in and says, I've sent my spinach, packs of spinach now on a crate to this delivery service, which is now going to deliver it to the store. Business blockchains use private permission to take advantage, oftentimes, of the specialized services that third parties provide. Now, how does a blockchain work? Well, it's a series of blocks that are linked together in a chain-like fashion. So here's an example of a blockchain. The block numbers mean nothing other than for explanatory purposes. Block 1574 is linked to block 1575, 1576, and I'm adding blocks after 1577 in this case. There's transactions are stored in blocks. So I can have many from 50 to a couple hundred transactions in a block. The blocks are linked together in time sequence. The blocks are saved with a particular timestamp. So we see on blocks 1574, we have a timestamp here and a block hash. We'll get into what hash means, but also a hash of the prior block. And that's the different transaction data. We add block 1575. It's got its own unique timestamp. After this timestamp, it's got a block hash of all the data in the block and a hash of the previous block. This linking by hash of one block to another is where blockchain gets the name of blockchain, chain of linked blocks. The key to this kind of approach, which is very novel and very creative by the inventor of blockchain, is that once a block and its strengths is added to a block, it is resistant to tampering. So if I want to make a change to block 1575, I have to make a change to every block that's added after that, 1576, 1577, which is very hard to do when you have a peer-to-peer network and many people validating the transactions. Think if I wanted to make a change to block 500.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.